Unpacking Law with Tanaka Nyamuzinga.
So my name is Tanaka Nyamuzinga, and I'm currently in my final year of my LLB. Yeah, so basically an LLB is just one of the degrees that you find in law, where you deal with basically all concepts of law. There's no specialization in your LLB. You basically cover everything from criminal to constitutional to DMV, absolutely everything.
Thank you so much, Tanaka, for that piece of information. So, we'd like to hear your story. How did you choose law? Why law?
Okay, so my story is quite long, but anyway, how did I get to choosing law? As a child, like I've always been interested into the legal field. I've always found law so amusing, you know. Like from a young age, I remember I used to watch Judge Jury, and I absolutely used to love everything about it. And as time went by, I realized that this is something that I really want to do for the rest of my life. This is what I want to take as a career, you know. So yeah, girl wants to do law, and then matric happens, and results don't come out exactly how I expected them to be. It was like a completely, I can say it was not up to my expectations, because I think we all know that in the law field there's a lot of competition. You really need to make sure that your matric marks are that good in order for you to be able to study law, and in order for any university to accept you in the first place. So what happened was I spoke to my parents about it, and I was like, you know what, this is something that I really want to do. But at the same time, I don't think I want to upgrade. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then after that, did some research, and then I realized, okay, no, I can actually do my diploma first, my diploma in law first, and then I can branch into my LLB. So what I did basically is that I registered for my diploma in law at the Tshwane University of Technology, completed my 3 years, graduated. And then what happened was that I inquired with UNISA, because I wanted an institution that would allow me to use my diploma and at the same time study. So what happened was that I found UNISA to be the best option for me after my diploma. So I found UNISA to be the best option for me in order to complete with my LLB. And yeah, I registered for UNISA. They credited me like more than half of my modules. I remember they credited me 20 modules, and an LLB degree is basically 40 modules. So they credited me 20 modules that I had already done in my diploma, and then I had to do the additional 20. So how did I split the additional 20 modules? Is that I did the 10 in 1 year, and I did the other 10 this year, which is my final year. So basically, summing it all up, it was a 5-year degree for me. But yeah, that's
That's
how it all
amazing. Eh?
happened.
That's really amazing. Because the other guest that we had the other day told us that she is doing the 5-year degree, the 5-year LLB degree, which is quite
Okay.
similar, quite equivalent to what you did. So it's good to hear that there are
Yeah.
different ways that a person can achieve exactly the same goal.
Yeah, that is so true, Kim. I really feel like people are not exactly educated or aware of these things, when they're in high school. I never thought that you could do a diploma, get credited, and then do your degree for only like 2 more additional years. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So people are not exactly educated about these things. And it's so sad, because not everyone wants to upgrade. So we should all be aware of the alternatives that one can take if you do not want to upgrade. At the end of the day, it's about reaching that particular goal. Because at the end of the day, regardless of whether you took the 4-year program, 5-year program, or whether you did your diploma and then your LLB, still the same thing, still going to get an LLB degree.
Right. So, what are the requirements for the diploma as you
Okay,
move
so
from?
okay, so for your diploma, it's actually quite tricky, because your APS has to be 28. Need to have an APS of 28 years. And then your English must be really good. Like your English must be good on a whole new level. Like for me, I feel like one of the things that really boosted me was my English, because it was really, really good. That was how I was able to get admission. So your English really needs to be on a whole new level. And yeah, just get your 28 APS.
So, other languages or other subjects do not matter.
To be honest, back in high school, we used to hear, history is important when you want to study law, but that is not so true. It can help you in the long run, yes, but then that law, I think you just need your English and your mathematics. And I hear that nowadays, even mathematical literacy, if it's that good, you can probably venture into it. But I think now you have to do more research about it, and the institution that you're willing to go to. But basically, for me, English, your maths, and a good APS. And then the other modules, just try to make them look decent, so that you would also get a decent APS.
So, do you have any regrets as to the subjects that you took back in high school? Do you think that perhaps you
Mhm.
could have done better if you had taken other subjects?
Kimberly, to be honest, in as much as I said, history is not necessary like for you to do your LLB, I really wish I did do history instead of physical science, because now I look back and I was like, what on earth was I doing? What, like, I feel like in high school I was more or less confused with the subjects that I took, because to some extent I feel that I did not have the information that I know now. Had it been so, I feel like I would have chosen subjects better, and I would have chosen better subjects that would have actually increased my APS. So regrets, yes. Physical science is it's honestly a regret. No shade to physical science. Do not get me wrong, but I'm just saying that for me personally, I did not need physics in order to do law. So I feel like that was an unrealistic subject choice.
When do you think it's the best time for a high school learner or just a learner in general for them to know what they want to do after high school to avoid any complications in the future?
Yeah, no, I think the best time for learners to know what they really want to study is in grade 9. Be fully aware of requirements that I needed. Be realistic as well when you are choosing modules. Be realistic when you're choosing careers. I mean, Kim, it's no use to say, you know what, I want to be a software engineer when you know that, you don't have passion for this thing at all. And you know as well that mathematics wise, maybe physical science wise, you're not that good as well. Be realistic. You need to know be true to your identity. Know who you are, what you want to do, what you enjoy, and something that you enjoy waking up in the morning to do, at least have an idea of where your career path is headed.
Thank you for that. So let's go to the transition from high school to uni. Is there anything that you'd like to tell us about that?
Okay, the transition from high school to uni. Okay. I think I was excited. I think I was excited because I remember like the day I got accepted and things like that. I was like so excited, like, okay, no, this is happening. It was a very exciting stage. And I felt like, you go to uni and everything is great, you enjoy yourself. And then you get to uni and you're like, okay, it's not what they actually sold to us. It's a completely different lifestyle. It's a completely different stage in your life. You get there now and you need to really know yourself, because you meet different people from different traditions, different religions, and you just need to adapt to the new lifestyle of the people. So the transition for me, I would say it's exciting, but it's not what they sell to us in high school.
So, okay, why did you have to do a degree if you had a diploma? Isn't a diploma enough for you to become a lawyer or what you wanted to do?
For me, Kim, my diploma, I felt for me was not sufficient, because with your diploma in law, you can only practice law to a specific extent, as in to say there are limitations with your diploma. You don't have as much opportunities that you have with your degree. So for me, I really wanted to go all out, because I really wanted to be known as, the attorney of the high courts. I really wanted something that I knew that I would be able to make a really good living out of it for the rest of my life. Because with my diploma in law currently, I'm only working as a paralegal. So a paralegal and a lawyer, two different things, completely different things. And I feel like I would appreciate doing the initial law than being a paralegal or assisting lawyers do their job. So my diploma was just like a stepping stone to my degree.
Okay, is it an advantage? Is it an added advantage if you're working while you're studying? Will it help you after you have completed your degree?
Yes, it is most definitely an added advantage, but it is a disadvantage as well. Advantage, how so? It's an advantage because now when you get into the environment, you have more experience. If you have experience, then you can do your articles for 1 year since you're a person who has experience in the legal field already, you know. But disadvantage is that juggling work and school is not easy. I mean, it's really, really difficult. I must be honest with you because sometimes work is demanding and school is very demanding as well. And sometimes you have to apply for study leave, whereas maybe you're needed at work at that specific time period. So it's an advantage with a disadvantage as well.
That makes so much sense. Thank you so much, Tanaka, for sharing your story with us and being so transparent. I'm sure a lot of people are going to benefit from this interview. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Kimberly. You're very, very welcome. I enjoyed it as well. And hopefully, they gain one or two things from it.